Have you ever felt that the more you understand, the more isolated you become? That the deeper your thoughts, the fewer people you can share them with? It's a paradox many deep thinkers face. The pursuit of truth often leads to solitude. Throughout history, society has often misunderstood or even feared those who think differently. From Socrates to Galileo, from Nietzsche to Schopenhauer, brilliant minds have been ridiculed, silenced, or ignored, not because they were wrong, but because they challenged the status quo. Why does this happen? Why does society resist those who see the world differently? The answer lies deep within human psychology. When you encounter someone who is physically stronger or wealthier, you might admire them or aspire to be like them. But when you meet someone who is intellectually superior, it can feel like a direct challenge to your sense of self. This phenomenon is known as the mirror effect. Deep thinkers don't just introduce new ideas, they reflect back the limitations of those around them. And people don't always appreciate that reflection. The mere presence of someone who thinks deeply can make others feel inadequate, even if the deep thinker says nothing at all. It's not arrogance. It's the discomfort of confronting one's own limitations. This discomfort often leads to resistance. Instead of engaging with challenging ideas, people may dismiss them or even ostracize the thinker. It's a defense mechanism to protect the ego from discomfort. This is why intellectuals, philosophers, and visionaries often find themselves isolated, not because they want to be alone, but because society pushes them away. Interestingly, studies show that confidence is often valued more than intelligence in social settings. People are naturally drawn to those who project certainty, even if their ideas are shallow. This is why charismatic but simplistic thinkers gain more influence than deep thinkers who speak with nuance. History is full of examples. Populist leaders, motivational speakers, and viral influencers who thrive by telling people what they want to hear rather than challenging them to think critically. Meanwhile, those who question widely accepted beliefs often struggle to find a broad audience. This is the paradox of intelligence. The more someone seeks truth, the more they become disconnected from the majority. Modern neuroscience supports this idea. Studies show that when people feel intellectually inferior, their brain's amygdala, the region responsible for fear and threat detection, becomes highly active. In simple terms, deep thinking is not just intimidating, it triggers a primal survival response. NCBI 1. Why does intelligence activate the same fear circuits as a physical threat? The answer lies in our evolutionary history. For most of human history, survival depended on being accepted by the group. Our ancestors thrived in tribes where social harmony meant safety. Being rejected by the group could mean death. This is why human brains are wired for social acceptance over intellectual pursuit. When someone highly intelligent enters a social setting, they unknowingly disrupt the tribal balance. Their presence challenges existing ideas, social norms, and group dynamics. This triggers the brain's defense mechanism, as if facing a potential enemy rather than just a deeper thinker. This is why many deep thinkers feel isolated, not because they lack social skills, but because their intelligence makes them stand out in a world that values fitting in over standing out. A 2021 study at Stanford University uncovered something even more shocking. The rejection of deep thinkers is context-dependent. When people interact with an intellectual one-on-one, they feel less threatened. But in group settings, the threat response spikes dramatically. Why? Because social status becomes more important in groups. People don't just react to intelligence itself, they react to how others perceive them in comparison. If someone feels outshined by a deep thinker, they instinctively try to undermine or exclude them to protect their social standing. This explains why deep thinkers often find genuine conversations in private settings, but struggle to engage in large social environments. Psychologists have identified several cognitive biases that further explain why intelligence is often met with resistance. The Dunning-Kruger effect. People with low ability often overestimate their intelligence, while highly intelligent people tend to doubt themselves. This creates friction. Those who know little often believe they know more than they do, leading them to dismiss deeper thinkers. Status quo. Bias. The human brain prefers familiar ideas over new, complex truths. Intelligence often introduces disruptive thoughts, which make people uncomfortable. The backfire effect. When people are confronted with information that contradicts their beliefs, they don't change their minds, they double do.